Welcome everyone to another video. Today we're covering once again the DJI Action 6. They just released a firmware update. We're going to get into today whether or not you should drop everything and update your firmware immediately. So this is 01.01.237 firmware update. The first feature that was updated in this was the portrait mode. And this, I believe in my eyes, was an unfinished feature in the camera. It really seemed like it needed quite a bit of work in order to get it to a more usable standard. So hopefully this looks a little bit better. I have it on right now. We're in 4K 30. I'm using the most cropped mode possible to give just a little bit of a tighter, more intimate sort of looking image. I believe it's supposed to be equivalent to 20 millimeters. And I'll just give a quick reminder for anyone who doesn't know that this portrait mode can only shoot in normal mode, but it is still using 10-bit color. So hopefully you'll be able to push and pull it still a decent amount compared to if it were regular 8-bit color video. It's a bit of a different video after the last few technical videos on the Action 6 that I've made. If you haven't watched those, go check those out. You're gonna probably learn a lot. I can guarantee you'll learn a lot about the different modes within your camera. I have another really technical video that is completely about stabilization and what settings you should use in day and night time, so look out for that. I just want to do a quick update on the macro lens. Apparently China has no stock either, so it's not just us in North America that don't have access to the macro lens right now. Apparently there's no stock in China either. If you're wanting to find a really good deal on that macro lens, I found it for only $176 compared to the $258 if I were to buy it from a Canadian retailer. The link in the description. Check it out if you want to save some money. Look at the weather today. Here to pick up some Black Cat Jordan 4s over here in Langley today. Beautiful day out. By far the nicest day I've experienced so far with this camera. It's fall in Vancouver right now, so it's just been miserable as of recent, which has actually made it pretty hard to actually release videos because of it. Little noodle action. Oh yeah, sorry. Of course we're at f4. Try this GoPro. Okay, let's talk about the next feature that was added into this update, and that is they're giving you a bit more flexibility to work within the variable aperture mode. So now you can go from f2.2 to f4 and f2.4 to f4 instead of the minimum being f2 to f4 and then the next closest one 2.6 to f4. So you have a little bit more flexibility as to how you can use it. And this could be useful in a few different ways. A lot of people are complaining about the softness in f2. So that may be a better setting for quite a few people. A lot of people have been using their action cameras at f2.6 for the longest time. So 2.2 is definitely still a very passable aperture setting for a lot of people, I'm sure, and it'll probably improve the overall sharpness of your image just a little bit and also help with clarity. Talking about aperture really has me wondering, do you guys actually use the variable aperture mode all that much? Or are you mostly locking it down to a fixed aperture? I think with action cameras, it makes a lot of sense compared to something like a full frame like this Nikon Z6 III, because you really don't want to push the ISO all that much, for me anyways. Let's talk about the next feature that they added in this that confuses the hell out of me. I don't really understand exactly what they did. I don't know if there is a bit of a mix-up with whoever was doing the patch notes, but it says that there were more options added to the film looks, and these film looks that they're talking about are the CC and NC film looks. Now I looked inside the menu, I don't see any additional options. So if you know at all what was added to these NC and CC film looks, please let me know, because this just absolutely bewilders me as to what they actually updated. Okay, now here's the test. I'm in that film look at the NC setting. This doesn't look good. Nothing's gonna look good because this is beautiful right now. With the fall colors, come on! Look at that! Does it switch over to f4 variable aperture? No, stays at 2.8. Why? You should go to f4 because we're right. I'm on you right now. It's not switching. So weird. Should switch over. Let's try out the other film look. Same scene. This is the CC film look now at 30%, just like the other. Is it glorious or what? Let me know in the comments. This next one's gonna have you TikTokers jumping for joy. You have the ability to now use slow motion in your 9x6 video. So get to it. Slow motion time. The last mode that ended up seeing an update was the 8K live view mode, and this is a mode that we've seen in Panasonic cameras for quite some time now. It basically is just taking a series of photos similar to what a video is, but in photo mode. Because of this change, it says that there's going to be an increase in dynamic range and overall clarity of the images now when using this. And I am so cold, I need to get inside. The Supernight mode comes after this, where they have done some improvements. Let's see, does super mode suck still, or is it actually passable? We're in Supernight mode now. How does this look? This has been updated. They're saying, I'm in auto ISO right now. It's at f2 aperture. Is there an improvement over before? In this Supernight mode now, it seems like it's not trying to overexpose things as much as before. Although it definitely seems like they use a centered sort of metering. So it will try and expose whatever is in the center of the frame. If you try and tilt it upwards, it will try and expose that portion of the scene instead of like a matrix sensor wide coverage like you get in a lot of mirrorless cameras. So in my opinion, this camera is really sensitive with auto settings, and that carries over into this Supernight mode. But let me know how this looks. Haven't had the best experience with this so far, so hopefully looks a little bit better now. Okay, now we've looked at what it looks like with this newest firmware update. Let me just give you some examples of what I was able to capture before with the previous. As I close out the video right now, I want to know, what do you guys think about this update? Were you happy with things they've updated? Did it make much of a difference to you at all? And how does this Supernight mode look? Let me know in the comments. And also, what do you want to see DJI update in this camera? There's a lot they can improve, I believe, with many different things in this, although it's pretty good out of the gate, if I'm being honest. Anyways, thank you guys. Take care. See you on the next one. Thank you. Bye.